Okay, everybody. You can check on Canvas and try to make sure you should have access on the book. So today we will do the chapter 1.1, linear equation. So a linear equation is by definition, let A and B, just for example, how you can define the linear equation 8 and B are real numbers. So if they are real numbers, a linear equation is wrote is one variable written. It can be written in the form. So in the form ax plus b is equal to 0. This is called linear equation. And make sure 8 is non-zero. Okay? 8 is always non-zero. B, it doesn't matter. B can be 0 or equal to a non-zero value. Okay, this is called linear equation. So the process today is to solve it. And to solve it first, so you have to distribute them, and you can find or solve any linear equation is to find the solution. Sometimes you can have a solution, sometimes the solution won't exist, and sometimes you can have infinity solution. All those I will go over with you. So let's see, for example. So let's see, you have solve the linear equation 3 parentheses 2x plus 4 is equal to 7 minus parentheses x plus 5. Okay, you see those are called linear equation. This one, even you multiply by 3 is still called linear equation. This one also is called linear equation. Even you subtract by 7 is still called linear equation. Okay, just to make sure. That's why the linear equation apply on all those. Okay, now let's solve this one. So we have to distribute them. 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times 3x, 3 times 2x is 6x, and you multiply 3 by 4, which is 12, is equal to 7. Now, listen up, everybody here. Anytime you have a parenthesis, anytime you have a negative in parenthesis and you have numbers, if you put the negative sign inside, the sign inside the parenthesis will change. It will be the opposite. And remember, here is positive sign, but you don't have to write down positive sign. So negative times negative is always positive. Negative times positive is always negative. That's why here you have negative. Now positive times positive is always will become positive. Negative times negative will become positive. Okay, now you have this one. Negative times positive here is just negative x, and negative times positive also is negative 5. Now you have to add them up, and you have to combine the x on the left side. You see this x? You have to combine them. Move this one here, the sign will switch, and move this one outside. All the x have to be on the left side. All the real number have to be on the right side. Okay. If I move negative x on the left side, I will have 6x plus x is equal to, keep the 7, keep the negative 5, and then now I have to move out the positive 12 outside, the negative side will switch. It will become negative 12. So you will have a negative 12 here. Okay. Now, at the map, 6x plus x is 7x. So you have to write down 7x plus is equal to 7 minus 5 is 2 minus 12. X, 7x is equal to, at the map is negative 10. Then x is equal to negative 10 divided by 7. This is the solution. This is the solution. This is the solution. So now, the way you write down the solution, you can leave it like that. That's okay. But the best way to write down the solution, you have to say S is, you have to write down the solution in form of the set. Is a set of negative 10 divided by 7. Okay? That's how you write down the solution. Is a set. The solution does exist. That's how you have to write down the set of. I will tell you in case where the solution does not exist. And I will tell you in case where you have, where the solution is always true, mean is infinity solution. Okay? That's the way you have to write down the solution. You have to write down the solution in form of the set. Another one. Let's check another example. Another example, if you have, let's try another example where you can have a fraction, for example. Let's try that example, for example. Let me just show you here. So if you have example 1, example 2, so if you have a 3x, let's check here. Let's check that example. You have 2x plus 4 divided by 3 plus 1/2 x is equal to 1 over 4x minus 7 over 3. Okay, you have this one. So the question is to solve it. Okay, to solve this one, first of all, you have to reduce the same denominator. Okay? Reduce the same denominator. I don't know, denominator, I don't know, either way is fine. So, you have to multiply this side by 2. Multiply this side by 2, the top and the bottom. And multiply this side, the top and the bottom, by 3. So you will end up having 2, and you put the parentheses here, 2x plus 4 divided by 3. Okay. And you have plus 3 times x divided by 2 is equal to, do the same thing here. You have to multiply here top and the bottom by 3, and you multiply here the top and the bottom by 4. Do the same thing. So you will end up having 3, let me put directly here 4, I will show you. 3 times x4, x divided by 4, and minus 4, 7 divided by 3. Okay, look at here. I didn't change anything. I only multiply here by 2, the top and the bottom. The top and the bottom by 2. Do the same thing here, the top and the bottom by 2. So if I put the parentheses, that means the top and the bottom. Okay, but it's okay. Let me just write down like this so you won't feel confused. So you multiply the top and the bottom by 3. Top and the bottom by 3, by 4 here. And here is 3, here is 4. Okay, you have this one now. So here, if you distribute them here, you have 2 times 2x is 4x plus 8. Divide by 6 plus 3x divided by 6 is equal to 3x minus 4 times 7 is 28 and divide by 12. So if you look at here, you can say 4x plus 8 plus 3x divided by 6 is equal to 3x minus 28 divided by 12. The goal is to cancel out. Our goal here is to cancel out, to get rid of the denominator. Okay? Our goal is to get rid of the denominator. So what we should do, we should multiply the top and the bottom by 2 on the left side only. So we'll end up having 12, and then we can get rid of the 12. Multiply here the top bottom by 2. So if I multiply here the top bottom by 2, and then I will end up having here 2 times 4x plus 8 plus 3x divided by 12 is equal to 3x minus 28 divided by 12. Okay? And now you can see the bottom are the same, so I can get rid of the 12. So 2 times 4 is 8x plus 16 plus 6x is equal to 3x minus 28. So now I can move all the x on the left side and move all the real number on the right side. So I have 8x plus 6x minus 3x is equal to negative 28 minus 16. So what I have here is 8x plus 3x is equal to negative, I will have 7. I believe so, it's 7. So this one is 7, is 4. 1 is 44. 44 here. I have a negative 44. So this one I have 11. 11x is equal to negative 44. So that's mean if you divide both sides by 11, I will have x is equal to negative 44 divided by 11. So this means x is equal to negative 4. X is equal to negative 4. So just like I told you, the solution S is equal to the set of negative 4. Okay, that's how you can write down the solution. The set of the negative 4. Okay. So this is not always you can see the solution exists. Sometimes the solution may not exist. Sometimes the solution may not exist. So now let me define you something. The 3 set. Okay, definition. Definition on identity. And conditional equation. And the last one is the contradiction. Contradiction means when the solution doesn't exist. Okay, let's define those terms so you can understand. So now, if a solution satisfied by every number That's mean the solution. That's mean you have an identity. Okay. An equation satisfies every real number, every number, or every number. That's fine. Every number. Then you have is identity. Is an identity. Okay, is an identity. Example for the identity. So one example for the identity is when you have, for example, 3 minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3x plus. If you have to solve this one, for example, so you will have 3x is equal plus 3x is equal to 3x plus 3. So this one, here. So this one you will end up having 3 is equal to 3, right? 3 is equal to 3. This is true for every x. It's always true for every x. That's how you have the identity. Identity mean when the right side and the left side are the same. That's mean identity. Okay? When the right side and the left side are the same, it means identity. You can have a 0, 0 also. You can have any number, but as long as the right and the left side are the same, so that's mean identity. Okay? Okay, second one, you may have a solution that satisfies only the x. And on that case is a conditional equation. So if an equation that is satisfied only or by some numbers but not others, so on that case is called the conditional. Is a conditional equation. So conditional equation is where the solution satisfies only for some value of x. For example, let me give you an example. You can have a 2x plus 7 is equal to 1. Just for example. So if you have to solve this one, again, solve an equation mean find the value of x. So if you have to solve this one, so you can subtract both sides by 7. So you can have a 2x is equal to 1 minus 7. 2x is equal to negative 6. Divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to negative 6 divided by 2, which is negative 3. So x is equal to negative 3. You can see exactly that equation satisfies mean that equation is true only if and only if x is equal to negative 3. If x is equal to others number except negative 3, then that equation is false. Be careful. That's why it's called conditional equation. Mean is satisfied only for some numbers of x. You got it? Good. And you have something called also the contradiction. The contradiction is where the solution doesn't exist. For example, if an equation, for example, if an equation that has no solution, if an equation does not have no solution, is a contradiction. Okay, for example, you can have x is equal to x minus 3, for example. Look at here. So here you can subtract both sides by x. You can subtract both sides by x. So what you end up having is 0 is equal to negative 3. Is 0 is equal to negative 3? No, it's false. That's why the equation is called contradiction. Okay? And you can have many of those also. You can have many of those. That's why the equation is called contradiction. Let me give you a couple examples here. So just to recap, okay, just to summarize each of those, let me give you some couple examples. So example, let's call it 8. So determine whether the equation whether each equation is an identity or a conditional equation or a contradiction. Okay, let's see. And then give a solution, give the solution set. Okay, let's do some example here. Here is the example. Now here is the exercise, for example. Exercise. Okay, you have 8. You have negative 2 parentheses x plus 4 plus 3x is equal to x minus 8. Okay, let's check this one. Just make sure it's negative 2 parentheses x plus 4, and then you have plus 3x, x minus 8. So you have to distribute this one inside. So if you put the negative 2 inside, you have a negative 2x minus 8 plus 3x is equal to x minus 8. And now you have to move the x on the left side. And all real numbers move it on the right side. So you have negative 2x plus 3x minus x is equal to 8 minus 8. So here you have negative 2x. This one, if you add them up, you have 2x. So plus 2x is equal to 8 minus 8. And you can see exactly here, 0 is equal to 0. So if 0 is equal to 0, by definition, what you should say is true. The statement is true for all real numbers, okay? The statement is true for all real numbers, so that means the equation is an identity. And the solution is a set of all real numbers. Beautiful math. Okay, that's means the set, no, mean the solution, no, mean the statement is true. The statement of the equation is true for all real numbers. For all real numbers, okay? Mean the statement is true for all real numbers, and mean the equation is an identity. The equation is an identity. Very good. That's the meaning, and that's mean the equation is an identity here. That's the question they ask us. Or is this one or this one? But the first one is an identity. Why? Because you have the right side and the left side are the same. So that's, and now we have to give a set. So to give a set here, you have to say the S. The S is all real numbers, and all real numbers, the notation for all real numbers is R. Or you can also write down as all real numbers, okay? Or you can just write down like this, okay? R is all real numbers, okay? Or also, you can also write down like this, negative infinity and positive infinity, and make sure is exclude, okay? It's parentheses. Make sure the parentheses mean is exclude. Don't put the bracket. Bracket mean include. The parentheses mean exclude. So when you deal with the all real numbers, the ending point, no, the ending size are both exclude. So let's check the B. Okay, let's check the B. The B, for example, you have 5x minus 4 is equal to 11, for example. So if you look at here, let's see, it's equal to 12, for example. So you have 5x is equal to 12 plus 4. So 5x is equal to 16. So x is equal to 16 divided by 5, okay? So what does it mean here? You have only one solution. X, you have only one, you only have a solution. You only have one x satisfy the equation. So there is no other x such that x is equal to 16 divided by 2 satisfy the equation. No. There is only one x is equal to 16 divided by 5, and that one, this one, will satisfy that equation, okay? And then for by conclusion, by definition, so we have what? What we have here, you should know, is a conditional equation. Then the equation is conditional. Okay, conditional mean we only have one x is equal to something. In our case, we only have one x is equal to 16 divided by 5, satisfy the equation. Other than that, it won't satisfy the equation. Okay. Next, and which is the last one, A, B, C. The C we have, for example, 3x, 3 parentheses x minus 1 is equal to 3x plus 7. Look at here. Okay, we have this one now. Let's solve it. Let's distribute this one on the top. So we have 9x minus 3 is equal to 3x plus 7. Move the x on the left side. We have 9x minus 3 3x is equal to, move the negative 3 outside, you have 7 plus 3. And then we have here, we will have here 6. 6x is equal to 10. Let's change it to 9. Here is 9. Sorry, my bad. I should change it. My bad. I should change here to 9. Here. Because now we are dealing with the last one, which is a contradiction. Let's change here to 9. Just for example, here is 9. Sorry about it. Okay, we have this one here. So now we can move the 9 here inside. We have 9x minus 9x, and we have 7 plus 3. And here we have 0 is equal to 10, and which is reached the contradiction because 0 cannot be equal to 10. Impossible, which is impossible, by the way. And then the equation is on contradiction, and which is false, by the way. The statement is false, and we will reach a contradiction. Okay, is false. Of course 0 cannot be equal to 0, not to 10, which is false. Then the equation, what I meant that equation mean that equation, this one, that equation. The equation is a contradiction. And now now our last question is to give a set. Now, listen up here. When you reach to the contradiction, that means there is no solution. If there is no solution, the way you write down the set is a solution. Since there is no solution, you have to write down this one. It's called empty set. This will indicate there is no solution. It's called empty set. Okay? Just make sure you write down somewhere. And this one is called empty set. Okay, it's called empty set. Empty set means there is no solution. Good. And that's it for now. Just try to go over. Oh, by the way, 1.2 is just to apply for this one. Okay, we don't have to do it a lot. It's just an application for this one. I will give you on 1.2. I will put you some exercise. 1.2 is nothing. Just from 1.1, you just have to apply it. That's all. Okay, and I'll give you some hint. Okay, so far go over, and then I will post some exercise on those linear equation and how to apply it on 1.2 also today. Okay, just go over and try to understand the concept. Okay, thank you.